going on, guys? I'm Tristan. Welcome back to Straight Line Solutions. Today we got a little treat for you. This is my 1995 Mustang GT that I newly acquired. The car was totaled out. It's been hit in the front end. See the frame damage there. It's headed for the scrap yard. I bought it for bigger reasons. It's got a mass airflow 302 and a 2.5 in it. And I don't really know what's been done to the 302. I'm honestly thinking it's got a bad head gasket. We've had it running before. Today we're going to do a little playing with it. I'll show you Ruby, my other 84 Supra that I've got parked out back. That is where this engine and transmission is going into. And it'll be one, it's going to be a new one for me. We're not actually going to Baja it out like we did with the black Supra. We're going to make a full-blown kind of a street car out of it. It's something a little more fun to go play around in, get the AC working, have a nice comfortable car with a good set of wheels on it, and just have a good cruiser. So let's get started. We're going to strap a gas tank to the front of this and go drive it and make sure it's good. To do that, I don't want the hood on here because I think I'm going to try and sell this hood. So this is my buddy Everett. He just showed up. He's the guy that makes all our stickers. He's going to be helping out. We're going to start pulling this thing apart. Later problem. So for now, we are just going to take this thing. I got to have this off. Probably fill that the rest of the way up with gas. I think there is a manual out there, like an OSHA manual, that says don't do this.
So we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Never happened.
We're technically not a corporation. I don't know why I said that way. So I don't think OSHA works for us. Is that how that works?
We don't work for OSHA?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys feel unsafe?
Most of the time.
Perfect.
I trust it.
Alright. So this is my little contraption. This is a fuel pump from another Mustang that I had, a 95. But it was a V6 car, but they still all push the same amount of fuel pressure. So what you do, shove that little guy right down in there. And then you take, like I said, I have had this running before. You want to get the high pressure side. And we know this is the high pressure side because it comes in here. Oh, where's the fuel pressure regulator? Oh, it's back there. Okay. But this is your low pressure. You take your high pressure side. We're just going to shove that in there as tight as I can get it. And don't even care about hose clamps because at the end of the day that's going to collapse that line and we really just don't need that. So there's your low pressure side. I got a piece of vacuum line. Like I said, don't try this at home, kids. I'm going to shove that little guy in there. Just get it started enough. It's not going to have hardly any pressure coming out of it. Alright. So now we got our positive and our negative. So, take our battery here. I'll hook up your positive and your negative. And then, with this car, like I said, didn't get any keys with it. There is a fuse box down here. So what you want to do, and I'm not teaching anybody how to steal cars, but there is a fuse that will always be hot down here somewhere. You look for that fuse and you push a wire into that fuse and you take it over here and you find the fuse that turns your dash on. You'll see all your check engine lights. You'll hear your keys on. You want to find that fuse and you shove that wire into that fuse and you loop them around. So now the key is in the on position. take your negative, and I'm just going to shove it down here, and your positive is going to go over here, and that kicks your fuel pump on. So then this car has a that was weird. This car's got a starter solenoid down on the starter. So you have to find the wire that goes down to the starter. A lot of cars you'll jump across, you know, these different fuses till you find it. I found it already. We are in neutral. That's what this wire here goes to. Touch that, and that's how you run your starter. So you take your fuel pump, and I'm gonna cram it in here. All right. She's building pressure. Nope. Hang on. Come on, baby. Good enough, you don't need a funnel. I'm gonna shut this thing off. Maybe. No, you're not. Yep.
It's off.
It's off.
That's some lightning if I'd seen it.
Good Lord. Did you get that on camera? So we got a giant gaping hole here. And what do you do with a giant gaping hole full of flammable liquid? You shove a whole bunch of rags in it. Now we're good. We'll take you back here and show you. This is my 1984 Supra. We call it Ruby for obvious reasons. This was my first ever fast car. Fast. It was originally a 5 MGE, which is just a straight 6. It's kind of like the grandpa or the great grandpa to the 2JZ. 5-speed. It wasn't really anything fancy. My dad bought this for $100 out of a field when I was just out of high school for scrap iron, and I wouldn't shut up about it on the drive home, and it was like a week away from my birthday. So he handed me the title and said, "Happy birthday." It's technically the only vehicle my dad has ever, or either of my parents have ever bought for me. I had to take it. It had a rat nest up under the hood, had a rat nest up under the dash. I had to take the whole dash apart, take it all apart, and fix all the wiring, and we got it running. And I drove it for years. And then I bought the black Supra, the Baja Supra, as a parts car for this one. Well, then I ended up getting into the Gambler. We made the black Supra what it is. I fell in love with it. It stopped being a parts car. And then this one, I slowly started stealing parts off of to fix the black one enough to make it run for Gambler events. So right now it looks a little rough. I sold the engine and transmission out of it this last winter. I kind of always had this plan that we were going to put a 5.0 back in this car, and then I stumbled onto this Mustang the other day, and it's got every part pretty much that I need to put this thing back together. I had to steal the rack and pinion to make the black Supra power steering work the other day. I bought another rack and pinion to put this one back together. We're pretty much, it'll be a later video, but we're going to get this all put back together and shove that Mustang engine and transmission in here. And I've got some other parts that I'm going to end up putting on this Mustang engine. I've got a Ford Explorer engine with the GT40 intake, and then it's got the GT40, not P, it's just got GT40 heads on it. The GT40Ps make more horsepower, but you can't put as hot of a cam in a GT40P headed engine. So you want to put the GT40 heads, and then we're probably going to run an E303 or an F303 cam in it, have a good thump to it. And then I've got a 3-inch stainless pipe that was going to run all the way to the back out of a Nissan Silvia that we're going to go ahead and put into this car. So it's going to be a pretty interesting one-off build, but for now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go test it today. I want to make sure it's gonna hold up to what I need it to do for this Now we got it running, we got the tire fixed. We're gonna go test this thing out and make sure it's gonna hold up for what I need it to be for my 84 and see how she does, see how she drifts a little bit. We're taking this with us.
Really hot. That's what I didn't bring with me.
What?
Oh no! Oh god!
You good?
I think it's got a bad head gasket.
I think you might have driver's side.
That's a good point.
Say, you're gonna want to get
Oh my god. I think we filled the gas plug up with water.
No, you got a really good
Oh, we got a good bag up there.
Yeah.
Got a good seal. Good, it didn't actually burn me that bad. It burnt a lot worse.
Well, yeah. See if we can cool it down a little bit here. I'm going to go with the driver's side.
I'm due to a head gasket issue.
I think I'm gonna pull the spark plugs out now and check.
You ever pulled the dipstick? Is it milky?
It's not milky. At least it wasn't. Nah, it's not. It's pretty dark. But
It's not a head gasket.
unless it's getting into the combustion chamber.
Well, you'd have more smoke.
Yeah, it is true. It would have smelled.
Yeah, it smells.
It doesn't smell sweet. It doesn't smell, you don't smell anything.
You don't smell it.
I don't know. The fan's running pretty hard right now. We got bubbles coming out.
Sounds like I don't know where you want to put that.
Got launched about 20 feet in the air.
I got saying if I had a camera on me.
I think I got part of it.
All I know is it was above the roof of the car, and I know that's hilarious. Never a dull moment.
No. See, if that was the Supra, it would have driven right out of here. he likes blue.
Careful though, he's a student driver, right?
Yeah, he's a student driver. That'll work. Damn it.
That was fun to watch the back point of view. I'm like, shit, here I go.
If it would have been the Supra, I could have driven right out of it, but it's open rear diff. Well, it has no power. Yeah, it's got no power either.
You got a tow hook at all?
What's that?
Does it have a tow hook?
Barely. It's rusty. It's very rusty, which doesn't make me feel too much worse about what we're doing to it.
If it rips off, it rips off.
Alright, go ahead and pull up.
Keep your eyes clear.
Yeah. Real slow. That's why we have blue. Maybe that's what it is. It's acting like it's boiling right now. Alright, let's get him home. Well, that did not go at all like we planned, but it does run, it does drive, it does have a good EFI system in it, and that's the big main part. Like I said, we're going to switch parts around and put some different heads and different intake on it anyways. May not even use this engine, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, stay tuned and we'll get back with you on the next episode. Thanks.